What is up, Karen Reed trial watchers? Hello, good morning. Welcome to the transparency. I don't know about you guys, but I'm on Bev time. I don't know about you guys, but did you guys catch any of Sean's live last night? You know, we kind of think alike. And he has no problem cussing, and I love it. In fact, he was trying to help himself cussing, so he starts calling people mofos. I just love it. Anyways, good morning. What is up? Welcome. Deb keeps saying, "Where's Chloe?" Girl, come on now. Come on now. I got no dash cam on Chloe. I got no body cam on Chloe. Yes, Sean is awesome. Again, good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Lana, you are tired, girlfriend. Far from it. Far from it. Tired. Are you tired? Chloe is gone. Chloe is gone. Chloe was rehomed, you guys. Come on. Knock it off. You want to know who has more? I think somebody named Jennifer Coffendorfer should write a book. She is full of more shit. All right. I purely go on X, Twitter, whatever. Barely ever post just so I can read her stupidity. Coffendorfer's stupidity is the only reason I go on Twitter to read what the heck she has to say. I heard that mofo from Sean. If you guys don't know who Sean is, I'm going to play some clips. Lana, can you give me some dopamine hits since court isn't in? Yes, I'm going to hit you hard with some dopamine. All right. First, let's just recap a little bit about day 19, which was yesterday. Day 20 is going to be tomorrow. And we're going to first start off with right here. This is who Lally called to the stand. Kevin O'Hara. And some things I think that are important about Kevin O'Hara's testimony is that it's all pure bullshit. Number one. Number two. This timeline. You guys, it's a snowstorm. It's a snowstorm. Jen McCabe tells her story at 9 a.m., calls the police back. Then Jen McCabe goes home. Jill Proctor goes over there. Word's getting around town that this isn't just like, okay, we're not going to go with the plowing of John O'Keefe. He didn't get hit by a plow. We're going to go the route of Karen. Karen did this. Well, in order to make it seem like Karen did this, you're going to need a little bit of time, right? So that's what they gave themselves, time. Brian Albert is obviously talking to Higgins all day on that day, talking to his brother, talking to Jen McCabe. Through Jen McCabe, he's talking to Carrie Roberts in a sense, right? But in order to be able to get all the pieces where they need to be, you cannot have the SER team, which he's in charge of. You cannot have them come out and search for evidence when there is no evidence there yet. Okay? And I think the timeline makes perfect sense if you actually look at the phone records and after the testimonies on where people were, that why they didn't get everybody out to 34 Fairview until X amount of time. But I absolutely loved hearing somebody in law enforcement come out and say the things that I was saying yesterday. Like, he's like, I'm speechless. I was speechless yesterday. I was like, I can't even believe that this is, I can't even believe that we're listening to this. I cannot believe that you're going to go forward with something like this and just let all of this come out about how this is, people are watching this trial now because it's laughable. But they went this far, so they have to continue this far. They trampled all over a crime scene in order to do a quote unquote grid search in order to find evidence. What have you guys ever heard of? We're going to go trample all over a crime scene and sift through evidence like that. I've never heard of it. You guys do grid searching like the way that he was describing when you're looking for literally missing dead people. Missing dead people. When I went back and because I'll watch certain things, I'll go back and watch people and what they testify to. This guy is talking about, yeah, we had, lined up and we're going this way and then we're going that way and then we marked off this area. And then something that nobody has said, and I'm not even sure if the defense brought it up. I didn't catch it if they did. A search warrant. Remember, the Canton police officers were like, we didn't even have a search warrant. We couldn't have just gone and searched in the Albert residence. Last time I checked, private property on the outside, you still need a search warrant. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious about when that's going to come up, because you have to ask those questions to the right person. So I think that it will come up, and I think it's going to come up with Tully or Proctor, whoever said go do something. But I just can't believe that. Did you have a search warrant to search the yard? Now, can you be in the street searching? Sure. But this guy has his numbers down pat when he testifies to between 2:32 and 4:56, and that's by him getting phone calls from Tully right here and him getting to the scene at 4:56. Then there are family ties, friendship ties between the guy when he arrives. There's another guy on scene that he said was there. And then these total of 7 other people arrive between 5:20 and 5:20 and 5:41, for then a total of 35 minutes to be searching. When we hear the testimony of Tully and Proctor and Bukaki, that timeline is going to really come together in terms of why things started when they did. You can't go and search somewhere where you know something's not there yet. I want to know who the 3 people were that were in plain clothes. He says he identified 2 of them. Why can't one of them be Brian Higgins? Why couldn't they be Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, and Kevin Albert, being those 3 people? He said there was 5 people in plain clothes. Who are these 5 people in plain clothes? Well, I think it makes perfect sense. I want to talk about Higgins' swipe card again. So, I'm taking all of everybody's testimony and I'm creating a master list of where people were and when. And I wish I could have those. What was it? It's 1,400 entries in and out of Canton, please. Can we just put that into evidence? Can we just release that to the public, please? It would really help me out. It would really help me out. So now I'm trying to stay nice and low and even keel, because guys, anybody who watched that yesterday should be so fired up. And then when you take the totality of the 18 days before it, you should be literally in the hospital blowing out your blood pressure. Okay. I don't know how anybody that's in law enforcement could actually sit down if I was like, hey, you got to watch this trial, and then I want you to write a book about the trial. I think 99% of law enforcement would have the same book, except for Jennifer Coffeneffer and Lally. But then there's this question is Lally, does he know everything? Does he know this is all bullshit? Yes, did Jackson give Higgins? Yes, he did. He gave me a nice chunk of the time. Yes. I want the time of the 42-minute when the video is not there at the Sally Port. I want that exact 42 minutes. That hasn't come out yet. So I'm waiting to get that. Let me ask you guys a question. When they went back out there again to do this on that day, January 29th, they again didn't put up crime scene tape. Okay? They again didn't put it up. You would have had a chance to go grab stakes at this point and rope it off, but they attempted to do it in the morning. But then when they would have went back this time, they yet again didn't attempt to put stakes. Like, this is a crime scene, right? And that wasn't asked. I thought that should have been asked. Who's the person that came out from the 34 Fairview home in a hoodie and says, "Oh, are you here because of what happened earlier?" Are you ever going to change that battery? Absolutely not. Because that's not the problem. Let's talk about the hoodie. I'm wearing this hoodie for a reason. You guys see my hoodie? It's as close as I can get to what John O'Keefe was wearing that day. And we're going to show you guys some pictures. And I'm going to show you guys a sweater of what it looks like, of a sweater that has debris on it versus a sweater that doesn't have debris on it. We're going to compare some hoodies here. You lucky she's in a good mood. I'm about to get real pumped up. I want to hear this portion though really quick. I want to hear him talk about that they call it a hit and run. So here, hold on 1 second. This is Maureen. Sugar Tits Maureen. Come on down, baby girl. Again, I do want to make this known. I love the fact that Alan Jackson did not go at Maureen, the flunky. Dude, Maureen's the type of person that I'd want on my team. Okay, Maureen, she was not sitting there trying to lie at all. She was not being evasive. She was not sticking up for the prosecution at all. If you asked her a question, she wanted to answer it. Maureen came there prepared, if you ask me. Maureen was like, Lally took care of it by talking all about her flunk and, mess in the beginning. But I'm telling you, Maureen is somebody that you would want on your team. There was no reason for Alan Jackson to go at her. In fact, I believe, and I said it yesterday, I feel bad for her. All right, but here, let's check something out. I'm going to offer Maureen a job being a moderator of my channel. And that she's honest. I will never, ever watch Court TV again. This morning they had Julie Grant and some attorney on talking about how great yesterday's testimony was for the prosecution. You guys, I don't know why mainstream media feels the need that they have to back the prosecution. Every single case, they have to back the prosecution. I think right away that just reads like biased to me. I mean, Julie Grant is so weird. She's always getting cases wrong. You guys don't even know who the fuck Julie Grant is, all right? How about that? These mofos. I don't even know Julie Grant. Julie Grant's not even on my radar. If you guys were to show me a picture right now of like two people and I had to pick which one's Julie Grant, I'd fail. Or I would like get it right because I'm a great guesser. So let's take a look at this though. Lally says, at 54, and so what I like, you guys know how I like time mark everything. So like I can get to what we need. She is the morning host. See how Well, I could probably tell you that Julie Grant will be interviewing me anytime. All right, let's take a look at this at 50. I want the 5450 mark. You guys. 5450 mark. Here we go.
Size of it, if you know how much would you?
You guys, that looks like, you guys remember when you were little and you guys would get like the lips that you would put in your mouth and they were all wax lips, the red ones. That's what that looks like to me.
Estimate it. How big?
I guess a couple of inches, but I didn't measure it, sir.
And it's coming like that next photo. And Lieutenant, if you could describe to the jury sort of what is
Right there. You guys look at that. Look at that. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. You know how many videos I've watched? You know how many pictures I've like. Do you guys think that that's what it looks like on the picture that they took the next morning on the 30th when the news people were there? Do you think that that's what that looked like? That is nothing what that looked like the next day. When was this taken? When was this picture taken? Because I'm going to show you some pictures from the next day. And this is not what it looks like. Do you guys see like the wind blowing in this picture? Do you guys see that there's like massive snow coming down? Okay, I don't see any of that, right? Again, do I think that you guys could have put up like crime scene tape? Absolutely, with like the sticks, like, you know, stakes, and you wrap the crime scene around. I mean, I'm trying to talk so softly this morning and just trying to be so like, okay, Lana, ease them in before you just rail from behind on this case. But I have like, where is this? What angle is this at? What angle is this? Where's the fire hydrant? Where's the flagpole? Where's the big box? Where are any of these landmarks? Where are any of these famous landmarks? Sorry, guys. I see the fire hydrant. Where? Oh, wait, way back over there to the left. Is this it over here? You think, is that the fire hydrant? So they're in like the bush area. And so like this guy over here all the way to the right, he's like in a hat. Like, what is he even wearing? But does he have the flagpole straight up his ass? I mean, is he like, what? Okay.
So this is the CERT members working through the area again, working on as a line through the grid formation. One of the things we stress is you.
I just had to get that part on there. We're in a grid formation. We're working a line. I loved it when Sean said, this mofo doesn't know what he's talking about. He's out in the woods searching for dead people. He's searching for freaking bones. You don't trample through a crime scene. That's not what you do. And I'm over here like, preach, brother, preach.
Critical separation, making sure you're close enough to each other that you won't miss a piece of evidence. If you're too far apart, you will miss that. A lot of times before searches, we will take an item of similar similar size item that we're looking for, and we'll space out because this was such a condensed search area. We just had the team members stand almost shoulder to shoulder as they searched through the area.
And the next photograph.
AKA trampling through. Trampling through. Sean says, Chrissy, you are done. All right. Let's go to 5640. 56. I'll go right here.
And
Right there. There's the flagpole. Okay, look at, there's the flagpole. So actually look where they really were. If you look all the way to the right, guys, that's where they were. Go like that picture that was just before that, okay, was like to the right. All right. But look at that area right here. I said it when we were live. I said that's where they were freaking doing the with their feet taking the curb. And guess who came out and said it as well? Sean came out and said it as well. And I said, dude, you could put us literally in two opposite rooms, not knowing what the other person's saying. And I bet you when we look at shit, we're going to be spouting off kind of the same shit. Because I was like watching it, and I was just like, yep. Yep. You guys, so that means the red pictures that we have from the neighbor that took the pictures from the neighbor's house, that angle, we're going to talk about it. All right. Because that's going to be up in this area, that angle that's coming. Like, see right here in the background, you can see like this, that little, is that like a little shed thing? What is over here off to the right? But here, this is your flagpole. Is that part of that? Is that the house? A piece of the, but right here, that's where the shoe is. The shoe was embedded like that. Why don't we have any like pictures taken from a distance? Theo. Like everything is literally crammed up like a cheap porn. Just wild. But everything that we just saw in the previous picture, that's all to the right of the flagpole. Okay.
as far as the area of the curbing that you indicated that the speaker was recovered in relation to, where is that?
It's flush up against the curb.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He says it's fluffed up against the curb. This isn't fluffed up against the curb. Fluffed is like laid. You know, fluffed. You guys ever play golf? You fluff the ball. So you give yourself like the perfect lie, and then you go to town with your iron and you just flush it. That's a fluff. This is somebody embedding this in like I can't even fluff my ass.
Are using the laser
Oh, I apologize, sir. Right here. This would be the curving right here.
Right there. Look it. Now I have with us the crime scene photos from the Canton people. So I want to do a little quick comparison of where it lines up. Let me grab my evidence binder. And these are the Karen Reed trial exhibits. Guys. And okay. It looks flush. Okay, let's go with this. There it is. I was looking for it. Perfect. Now I want you guys to look at this angle. And I want you guys to all say, Lana, you a bad bitch. Okay? You mofos out there. Ready? Check this out. Let's go to Hector the projector here. Bring us in for the 1-2 punch. Okay. All right. Got that visual. Got that visual. Here's that visual. Ta-da! Right here. Told y'all. See flagpole? Right? Right? Okay. Now we're going to go back and take a look at it, but I'm going to zoom in again for you. Take a good old look. There she be. There she be. Looking all fine. Look at that fine ass right there. Look at that pole. Okay. Over here, right here's the house. There's the fence. There's your curb. Okay. There's your curb. There's your flagpole. You guys see a shoe right there? This was what the Canton police took pictures of. Okay. You guys see that? Now, let me get you one more angle. Let me get you one more angle on that angle. Now, this. Now, this. Now, this was the next. Look at. Who do you think this is? Okay. I went back and I was grabbing all of the stuff from the news. The news. I was going and taking their shit from the news. Let me back out so you guys can see a more clear. Look at this, you guys. Do you guys see how this area isn't even like touched, right? But do you see where his truck is? Okay. So like this is your, what? That's your curb, right? This is pushed. Okay. That doesn't look trampled on. Okay. This is from breaking news. Woman arrested in connection with the death of a Boston police officer. This is then what day, y'all? What day would this be? Oh, February 1st. Okay. Flagpole. Curb. Do you guys see? You guys see a shoe there when Canton was there? You guys see a shoe there when Canton was there? No, I don't. And then I'm gonna make this big here. Here you go. It's a bad angle. I mean, it's because you can't you can't see the height like you can here. Now let's go back. Now let's go back and do this. I'm going to share then numbnuts over here. Here we go. Ah, look at that, you guys. You guys, look at that shit. It's the same fucking place. It's the same place. Who's going to be asked this question? I want to know. Who's going to be asked this question? You guys, that is the angle of the picture. Okay? I promise you. I promise you. And this is why he's taking the picture. Whoever did it is taking it from this angle. It's the same thing, y'all. It's the same thing, y'all. You guys see that? Can you put side by side? You know what? Just because you asked so kindly, I love kind people. I will do anything for kind people. Where's my phone? Oh. Yep, it's in the same place. You guys, it's the same place. Let me get Well, I could put it up there if I had my phone. Hey, Bells, you call my phone? Appreciate your help. I'm sure I'll find it in like 2 seconds. I'll come back to that. But here, you guys can take another look at this, though. Oh, great. It's somewhere around here. You guys, it's the same spot. I'm telling you. I'd bet my FBI pension on it. You guys, I would bet my FBI pension on it. All right. It's in the last place you're going to look, too. I know. I think it's probably right in front of me, though. It'll resurface when it needs to. I'm not too concerned over here about it, clearly. But you guys, I'm telling you. How about this? Just look at this picture right here for me. I have another one. Look at where these fools are leaf blowing. They are right where that was happening. Okay, right where that was happening. And I'll make it big. Literally right where that was happening. Layer by layer, we were just blowing the leaf. Or blowing the, Look at that. Look at that hottie to toddy right there. Somebody give this woman a motorboat. Oh, remember these? Remember these? I want to show you guys these. Okay, these are the 2 swabs. Okay, see how they have like this blackish stuff on them? That's that would be blood. Blood turns to a blackish color. Okay, and when she said she was swabbing in with she was taking 2 swabs and going all up and down like the left side here. And that's what she sent off. I didn't see any blood up on that sleeve. Just saying. Let's go back to this. Look at Bev. That's when they started doing the leafing, the blowing. Then they just find, you guys, she testified that the red Solo cups, she was told that they were all from the same sample, same area. But she couldn't tell you which one she tested. God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. Okay? It's not her fault. They lied to her, right? But then I don't know what you can ask her what her protocol is over there. There's your curb. Same angle. No shoe. There's the news out there on February. There's your curb. Okay. There's your news out there February 1st. That's your curb area. And now let's go take a look at, I have another angle. This can just show you can see a little bit of the house there where the flagpole is. Okay. Flagpole house. Look at Bev. Look at Bev. She's like, Lank, don't you mess your ass up. Okay. That's what she tested. That's the picture that they use for their report. Okay. Which is that same picture. Oh, wait. We're going to get into those. Again, this is to show the difference of the incident report. This is what Jackson used. Oh, here it is. And this is why they're making such a big deal about it. And they changed the picture, he said. They changed the picture. And you guys want to know why they changed the picture? Ta-da! Because the shoe wasn't there when they took the picture on the 29th from Canton Photographs. These fucking morons. This is why the picture was changed out. Okay, that's the significance of it. Okay, and here's this is exhibit 7.2. There it is. That's it zoomed in. Okay, so when Canton was there taking their pictures, and they used it for the report, it was then changed out. And the reason it was changed out is because, oh shit, that's where we put the, that's where we put this. We'll get there. That's it right there. This is how many days later? Look at these fools. Yeah, right here, man. Look at down here. Look at, that's where the, look at, he's on top of the pole. Okay. This is Canton Police. This is like day 3 of the trial. Using this. And there was all these footprints back there. And they said there was no footprints anywhere. Those are all footprint. Those are all footprint. Look at this guy. No gloves. No gloves, but he goes home. Or he goes to get, he stopped on his way. All right, now let's go back to this. I'm going to leave this one. Which one do I want to leave up over there? This one. Now I'm going to bring us back to show you guys the shoe and where it was. But this is that spot that they brushed off. There's your flagpole. Okay. And now, for those that you guys are non-believers, this is the picture that they used for the report. They changed out the picture that they used for the report because, ta-da, this proves that there was no shoe there at that time. Okay. This wasn't further down here, further down there. How do I know that? Well, let's take a look. Let's bring in and go back to this video. Ta-da! There's the shoe. You guys. Here it is. And I think he does a couple zoom ins. So we'll go to when he zooms in. Okay, look at that view, okay.
And as far as the area of the curving, which you indicated that the speaker was recovered in relation to where is that?
It's flush up against the curb.
Yeah, I'm sorry, using those.
Oh, I apologize, sir. Right here. This would be the curving right here.
The next photograph is coming. Is there similar, as far as this photograph is concerned, what if anything you observe in that photograph?
Okay, look at. Now, hang tight. Hang tight with what you're looking at. pay attention to where there's just, I don't even believe this was on that day. Over here, I want you guys to look. Here's the flagpole. I want you guys to look over here. See how like chunky it is over here? Because I told you everything's going on to the right of it. But look over here to the right, to the left of the flagpole. You see how it's like pure snow, never been touched past that? And take a look. So look at that. And now take a look at this. Look at where the flagpole is and look at where they're at doing this. All on this side. And they're over here. Okay, over here. When Tully and them are doing their shit, they're over there. Again, you can't ever say something lines up with something unless it's on the same angle of the shot. And there's a reason that they're putting these different angles in. You guys, there's a reason. So then let's go. But this is what they were. This is Canton Police. This is Canton Police in the morning. They're over here. Okay. And this is where they found the glass and the blood. Okay. But yet everything that Tully and CERT team's doing, okay, where? Okay, now check this out. Now let's go back to this. And we'll have Himho tell us a little bit more so we can get this angle. Okay.
That's a closer photo of the sneaker. The sneaker's in the bottom right down here.
Yeah.
The next photograph.
Boom. You guys see that right there? It's like a pine tree of some sort. It's like a tree. It's like a limb. You see that right there? I'm going to show you something. And they took a picture of that. There's a picture. I just had it. Okay, I'm gonna need that. So leave that out. We'll have to come back. Oh, here it is. Got it. I want to know where that is. Oh, I'll show it on the screen here just a second, but oopsies.
Again, what kind of thing are we looking at in this photograph?
Again, you're looking at the sneaker. This is just a closer zoomed in photo. And this would be the curbing right here.
Okay, got it. Pay attention to right here. You see this area right here? See this little, it's like a, pay attention right here. And then let me show you this. So right above the sneaker, pay attention to this area right here. Because then when you go to do this, and you show this again. See this area right here? This is the curb. See that? This is Canton Police's picture prior to the shoe ever being there. And you see this indentation Or like there was no more snow or less snow. See this? Now compare that to this one more time. Oops. See right here?
And the sneaker as it's portrayed in this particular photograph, is that as it was when it was recovered?
Yes, sir.
Next photograph is going.
See right there? See right there? See right there? Best angle. Right there. You guys see that? Right there? That's it. That's the spot. Look at this right here. This is proof right here. That is proving. You see this spot up here? The grass. You can see the grass. I'll take and see over here to the left. It's bare, just with a little bit of snow there, right? Because remember they were doing that with their. Now let's go look at what it looked like in the morning when Canton did it. Here you go. Boom, right here. That's that part. That's that part. That's that same area. This is where the officers from Canton took their shoes and they all talked about it. Okay. That's that area right here. And then this, you can see down here. This is ridiculous. This is insanity. Right there.
The other side of that, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Is that sort of related to the curve that you described earlier in the decimal?
Yes, sir. You can see the curving right here.
Yes, you can, can't you?
The next photograph.
Guys, this is insane.
As far as the sneaker was concerned, when it was recovered, where was the snow in relation to? Was it on, around, in? Where was the snow in relation to?
The sneaker was completely buried. It wasn't until we started digging through the snow that we found the sneaker.
And that's a lie. That's a damn lie.
The next photograph. And this is how it was discovered, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, now look at this.
Yes, sir.
Next photograph.
Wait, do you see? Is that a glass piece that he's going to see off to the left?
Next photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And sir, in this photograph, if you could, using the laser pointer, draw the jury's attention to what anything of significance you observed.
This is at 125, this location.
And the next is 132.
Unbelievable.
What, if anything, are we looking at in 132?
It's a closer photo of the same piece of taillight right here located on the ground.
The next is 133. Now, what, if anything, is fitted in 132?
Okay, so that was the number one thing I wanted to show you guys that I thought, again, let's go back over here. Again, good morning. How you guys doing? Great. Now, this is their warning. This is a trigger warning because I'm going to be showing pictures of John O'Keefe's arm. And then we're going to compare it to the hoodie, which nobody I think has done yet. Hoodie. So let's go like this. So, okay. Okay. Now, do you think this is weird? They use a ruler for, look at all these pictures except for what pictures? They use a ruler to show the bruising, but they don't use a ruler to show those scrapes. So here. Ooh. I'm going to zoom in. We're really going to look at this one right here. Right there. All right, so I'm going to put a side-by-side up of, I have the the photos of his sweatshirt. But how come at no point did they ever line up his sweater to his wounds? Okay, so let's even go over here. What are these little hole punchers like? So that's why I just want to take a look at the sweater compared to the side. So hold on one second. Let me. Oh, wow, we are on a hunt for a phone right now. This is some serious stuff we got. We got a hunting for our phones. I have all my pictures on my phone.
What pictures?
My pictures of my hoodie that I want.
Oh, as long as they're not mommy.
So my pictures.
You have your phone.
I mean, how far can a phone really go? Is it there?
Yes.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, really? How long have you known it?
Let me give myself a little ring. I found it.
You found it.
I knew where it was.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Here.
I think it's dead though. Here.
Okay, it's okay. It'll start right up. It's an iPhone. It's just like so special like that. All right. Now we can do my examination. Okay. Beep my phone. Well, my phone was dead. Trust me. I would have been beeping it for days. Again, good morning, guys. Welcome to the transparency. Cheers. But yeah, look at they use ruler. But then they don't use a ruler for what I need to do the marks. Okay.
Is there a better picture of the sleeve of
Well, I just went ahead and proved that that spot was the same spot. I know that it's the same spot with the shoe. There's no denying that.
the same spot with the shoe?
Yeah, it's the same spot that Canton did. And you know what all that matter is that you just show it that way because the jury would believe it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that better be shown.
Alan's really calm when he's asking all these things.
All right. Now I can send myself. Sorry about that delay. Let's see. While I'm delaying it, hold on. Then I want to play Homegirl's thing. So I can go to her part, which is right here. Okay.
9790, the next one.
Okay, so that's the front of it. There you go. Let's get to that sleeve. Those blood droppings are so interesting to me. I cannot wait to hear what people are going to say those droppings are. Blood drops. Oh, God. Right there.
Correct?
That's correct.
Even the broken taillight. At that point, you made no conclusions or drew no scientific conclusions about that having anything at all to do with a motor vehicle pedestrian incident, correct?
That's correct.
You did, however, look for tissue, human tissue, blood, biological material, and things of that nature on the car itself. Did you not?
Yes, I did.
In that review, I think you testified that you saw nothing that suggested the transfer of human tissue to the vehicle, correct?
I did not see any visible stains or tissue on the vehicle.
You were told, Ms. Hartnett, that there were scratches on one of the extremities of John O'Keefe, correct?
That's correct.
Were you shown a photograph of those scratches to assist you in your visual review or examination of that vehicle?
Not at that time, no.
To this date, have you seen a photograph?
Okay, right there. Don't you think that that is wild? When was she shown a video of or a photograph of what his arm looked like? She's the one that worked with the sleeve. Doesn't that tell you everything you need to know right there? Okay. Come on, man.
Of his arm and the injuries to his arm?
Yes, I have.
Your Honor, if I may, if we have it, could I display for the jurors and for Ms. Hartnett Exhibit 19.
Is this the one that's,
The arm.
that's covered a bit?
has been
Okay,
cropped.
yes.
Okay, go there.
Ms. Hartnett, do you recognize what's depicted in Exhibit 19?
Yes, I do.
And you've seen that pattern of scratches previously, correct?
Yes, I've seen a photo containing,
Okay,
Something
and that's
similar.
consistent with the photo that you've seen since.
Okay. So now correct me if I'm wrong. How many, because we're going to compare it here, I'm going to print this out now. How many points of entry do you think that the would need on the sleeve? Because remember, she marks down 8, 1 through 8. And so we're going to take a look at this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How many do you guys count? I'm going to compare side by side here for you guys. I needed my phone to do my side by side so I can have my printer the way that I want it. Okay. We're going to take this and we're going to do a picture like this too. $13, at least 15. Some people say 13, some people say. Okay, let me print that. Well, she has 8, remember? So some people say, I think I got 15, 13. Because I think there's maybe some that you can make, like the one right here could have potentially been like dug in and carried through, but then it didn't like scrape here to there. All right, let's take a look when we line this up. I have the sweet type of paper. You guys know. We're going to do a sweet overlay. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to overlay this picture. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I got it. See if she still got it. True Crime with Eve says, I will say I am no longer in any doubt whatsoever a dog attack to John's arm. Yeah. Hector's going to come in hot here. Come on. Don't let me down now. Twitter's the best thing on the interwebs. Oh yes, I think I did it. I'm printing out X-rays over here. Come on, work, baby, work, baby, work. Let me see you work, 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 work. You need a white paper. Okay. All right, let's go take a look. I think this worked. All right. Let me just do this. I just joined the chat and I heard a beep. Well, welcome back. Okay, so let's go then. See this. I can't wait for them to say, like, if the scratching point, they could say if it started from here or if it started here. I'm going to try to get another pick. So if you think about it, the other part is that just because of where it is on the sleeve, like if my sleeve is all twisted up or like because someone's tugging on it, it then moves my whole sleeve. It moves my whole sleeve once if someone's grabbing at it. So if someone's playing grab ass with me, so someone's like pulling on my sleeve like this because they're like going like this, then it's going to move my, if I'm in a fight and someone's trying to pull me, it could be moving all of my stuff so that it could be like, twisted up around. Need color pick of the sleeve, easier to see definite holes. Yeah, let's take a look and see what this at least can show us. And I'm going to zoom in on the ones that she said, like how tiny they were. Where are there any defensive wounds on John? in terms of if someone's about to hit you with a car, to like put your hands out. Okay. So if we go look at this picture, where is it? And like, you know, showing like the palm here. Let's see. And then I really wanted to point out if again, this is just a number 8 goes towards the wrist for reference point. Let's see. Where do I have that? Yeah. So I might have to, oh, there we go. I need to flip that one upside down. Let me see if I do this one better then. Okay, hold on. I think we got something here. Okay, hold on. Let me get myself out of there. Let me go full like this. Thumb like that. Let me back on out. See, like this part in here, that's the interesting part to me. So this right here. This right here. Because I have everything, I think, you know, right here. And if that's like a separate entry, I want to take another look at that. Right there. Okay, right here into here. Let's see that area right there, which is like this. Let's see if I'm. I want to look at the way that they cut it, the way that they cut that, and if that's why she couldn't see that then. If the way that it was cut then, because they went across like this. When they went across, it went like that. If that affected, because it would go right by where the elbow would be. So that would make sense because they went down the front and they went across like this. And I'm wearing a shirt just like this so I could really test my shit out. So, and then it went like, courtesy of Boston, this is a homage hoodie. Woo, woo. Blow it up. If stuff was a little scrunched up, it's still, the interesting part is this with the elbow, but I think it's going to be because of when they cut it. So that's why I want to take a look, but I think this is pretty much spot on with it right like this. Danny, great question. I would love to ask the neighbors if they noticed a dog there after the incident. Let's go ask the Asians. That's interesting, Hester. We thought about that, about Allie's story about if there was ever be like finding like dog, anything in her car. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you put your arm up like this to protect yourself, okay, then that's like where that's what this fits. It's exactly what this fits. It's like you're putting your arm up like that to protect yourself. And I want to see if this elbow. Because like right now, like my sleeve isn't even straight, you know. So if it was twisted at all because I had my sleeves kind of like rolled up like this, then it's gonna bunch everything up and it's gonna be twisted. So, let's go take a look at the size of these holes to see if she put any rulers down. Okay, so again, the other thing we want to ask ourselves is somebody able to say, hey, we're going to have anybody that's going to testify to say, hey, those marks are starting from this scratching way to that. Like it's going to start here versus there. Like what side of the wound is it starting on? You know what I mean? Like, is it like this? I'm going to share one more time. You know, is it this the starting point and going this way? Or is it this is the starting point, you know what I mean, and going this way? And you know what makes sense to me with this is if these were paw scratches and this was teeth maybe in here and like, or like the nails, you know. See, and I think everything lines up perfectly. And I'm just, it gets this, this is interesting. It's the elbow. The elbow is the part that's interesting. All right, so let's then take a listen to see. I want to hear one more thing about what she has to say about these little smaller holes.
It's your visit to the Sally Port on February 1st, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Was there anything in your, by the way, did you look at all around the vehicle 360 degrees?
Yes, I did.
Did you look toward the top of the vehicle as well as toward the bottom?
Oh, also, like, guys, let's not forget, she said there was no tissue. You guys, no tissue, no DNA, like nothing was underneath the flaps, nothing on the car. And we see how big these, like, there would be tissue. Nothing. Like, something else did this. That car didn't do it. That's what it would tell me. Especially if you were able to see a little piece of hair that you think made it 60 miles going however fast, and the little piece of glass that, you know, made it for all of that, you know, then I would think blood and flesh and tissue would make it.
I did not examine the roof of the vehicle. I did not examine the roof of the vehicle.
How about Lally, though, lying since day one and saying that this shit was embedded? There was nothing embedded in this vehicle. Like, you lying, smoking piece of shit. You mofo.
Vehicle.
Understood. Did you examine the undercarriage of the vehicle?
I did look at the undercarriage of the vehicle.
And you know what I mean when I say undercarriage.
Yes.
Could you explain for the jurors what you mean when you use the word undercarriage?
The parts that normally you would have to see in the car.
The first and the second photograph.
And just a little bit, I'm just trying to read the letter on the white marker. Yes. So that, correct.
So that hair looks, as we're looking at it, you will agree, that hair looks like almost like a backward C, correct? In other words, it looks like it's more vertical than flat in that photograph, correct?
I would agree it looks like a C on the side of the car.
If we could go to exhibit 173. And this is the same hair photographed a second time, correct?
If we could, again, just zoom in on that sticker. Yes, that's correct.
Ms. Hartnett, does it look to you like between the first and the second photographs, that hair has moved? It's no longer an inverted C, but a C.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I see the two ends, which may still be making contact with the vehicle. I can't make that determination based on this photo.
Fair enough. So that was sort of my next question. I'll just dovetail it this way. Did it appear to you that the hair, which is curled, was making contact with the vehicle on the top point and the bottom point?
I would say from this photo, I honestly can't tell if those two ends are coming off the vehicle or touching the vehicle. I just can't make that determination.
But you would agree that that hair was somewhat precariously perched on that vertical quarter panel, correct?
Objection.
I want to sustain the objection, ask it differently.
She used the word deposited. Deposited.
Take that down.
Deposit your tampons over here.
If you take a look at the zoomed photos that have just been marked as 259 and 260 respectively, can you take a look at those side by side, and when you're finished, I'd like to ask you a question or two about those.
Okay.
Does it look from your perspective, seeing those photos side by side, that the hair appears to have gently moved just a little bit between the two photos?
I just don't think I can make that determination. They're taken from different angles. I just don't know. I can see that they have a curl in both, but I don't know which ends are making contact or if the ends are coming off the vehicle.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Farr. There's one more exhibit I'd like to take a quick look at and ask you a couple of questions about. With the court's permission, exhibit 195, which is a shirt.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's the shirt.
Do you recognize what's depicted in this photograph?
Yes, I do.
And you saw this just a few minutes ago on direct examination as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You indicated that you took two swabs from the, quote, area around damage, numbers 1 through 9 of the gray sweatshirt.
Okay. There is a 9. Okay. See, my picture didn't have that there, so I want to make a change really quick. All right. So 9 is okay. Do you see how they cut up like that? How they cut along like that? So I want to make this change. Okay, got it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yes. Got it. Let me see if I did this. Let me let her speak a little bit more.
End quote, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you describe for the jurors how you
Okay. Do you guys see how tiny those little holes are right there? And then she cuts it, not she, they cut it off of him. You know, they go all the way down. mean, those are like needle. Okay. So if a dog comes and is biting at you down here and is trying to like twist and pull, like, because you're like, well, you go to block yourself, right? And if their mouth is coming, right, it's going to have like that part of it. And then it's like being tugged around, whatever. And then they're going to take what their other paw, claw. You know what I mean? Like a dog has the mouth, right? But then they also have like they have 4 hind legs, but they're 2 front legs to be able to, like if they, jumped at you, they would have like their mouth and it would be pulling at your sleeve here. And then it's being able to use like its paws to do, where you would see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then once it's in, okay, it like could have went in, got itself stable, like to like kind of land on you, and then like go up and then be able to like claw down. That's why I think it's going to be interesting, like the defense in explaining, because now I switched this around. So let me show you what I think. Let me go to this, and we'll come back to Alan Jackson talking about it, but there you go. So now I rearrange this to then meet. This is the top, and the 8 and 9, which is off here, is going to be in the bottom, but these are puncture wounds from canine teeth. I don't think all of them are. I think some of them are, and I think some of them would be from scratching. Like up top. Like this part here. I think that this down here, this right here looks like teeth to me. And I think it's like, this looks like a, but I think what we can tell without a doubt is that it's two, it's the mouth and the claws. Like you're not getting one without the other. And I think this shirt proves it. It was a dog. It's a dog. I think the shirt proves it, and it lines up with the clawing and a dog using its mouth and its claws. But it's like a combo. It's a total. It's like you need both. Both are being used, and that's what it shows here. So I wanted to see the reenactment of how the car, they're going to say that how the reenactment worked, that John O'Keefe could have possibly been like leaning over to pick something up, that they're going to say, but that when he turned and the car was coming at him, that he just let his head get hit and didn't try to react like this to the car backing up and hitting him. Okay. So in that case, your palms, this side of your hand. Okay. Because obviously, but he would also meet the bumper. The bumper would hit him if he was down on the ground. I don't think you're going to be able to I think whoever the reenactment person is, obviously that they have one, the defense has one. I think it's going to blow. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be flat out awesome. I think they did a whole reenactment as far as like John getting there, John taking the steps, John going in the house, Karen Reed driving off. Okay. Then because they're going to calculate, they're going to use like how many steps were taken. I'm telling you, they went all digital with this. And it's just a matter of if she has to allow this demonstrative exhibit. It's a demonstrative exhibit. and if they'll be able to use it as a rebuttal with their expert. So no, that beeping is my heart monitor. James, sorry. But yeah, let me hear what else she has to say there at the end. Yeah, if he bent down, his neck would have been. Yeah, they just want to make it seem like that you guys saw that reenactment, right? You guys saw that reenactment that they said that he just got that giant goose egg because he was leaning down and the car hit him. Like, it's like, are you kidding me?
Who took those swabs, and were they of all 9 or a select number of the 9? How did you do that?
I moistened 2 cotton swabs with sterile water, and then I took those 2 swabs. May I use the pointer to just show?
Of course.
And I vigorously swabbed around. I don't know if it's working. There we go. This entire area. So every area of damage, I swabbed around all of it using the same 2 swabs. So it was one collection from all those areas.
One collection on swab 1 and one collection on swab 2. You just repeat the process.
No, I took them exactly at the same time. So I held the 2 swabs together.
Oh.
And as I'm swabbing, I'm rotating the swabs to make sure that all.
You guys, look, these are so tiny. Like that one's, but you can't even see 3, 5. It's just like you can't even see 2, 3, 5. You can't even see. One's a little bit more of a tear right there. 4, and then they, like I said, they came across, and cut like that. But 7, 6, 8. I mean. I want to look at that shirt inside out one more time. When did they do the inside out pictures? Right there. This is wild to me. See down here on the left-hand side by like where like the sleeve is? There's blood there. You could see. Did they not cut all the way down on the right sleeve? Huh. But you don't really see like the staining of blood. This is just such a whack job. This is just so pathetic. And then what's this chunk missing out, in the middle here? It's wild. They don't even straighten it out. I know. This is just so bad. So, okay, can you guys show me where there's any debris? Can you guys show me where there's any debris on there? Because I can't see it, right? Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's,
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Gentlemen, if I could have, photograph 91-2, next one.
Look at that.
Again, it's hard to recognize.
Ooh, you can see so there's some blood right there.
Yes, I do.
And with respect to this, what are you doing here?
That is a close-up photo of the same area of damage, area 1.
That has some measurement that you're taking with reference to the size of that damage, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you do that respectively with each of the respective areas that you noted on each of the garments that you examined?
Yes, I did.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9813.
Look at this.
Again, this is area 2, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9815.
Look,
Again, what's up on the
look
screen
at- look
is
at-
Exhibit 200,
look at how tiny 3 is.
recognize this as what now?
That's a photograph of the area 3 that I noted.
And this gentleman, if I could have 9817. Now, with respect to what's now been marked as Exhibit 202, do you recognize that as well?
Yes, I do.
Look at these.
And is that the number 4 area that you noted on the right arm sleeve of Grace Fletcher and Mr. O'Keefe?
Yes, that's correct.
And this gentleman, if I could have photograph 9819. What's up on the screen is Exhibit 204. Do you recognize that as well?
Yes, I do.
And again, what is depicted in Exhibit 204?
That's the area of damage number 5 that I had in my notes.
Yeah, but like, what is it? Oh my
I
God.
approach again, Your Honor.
Yes.
Why aren't we showing? Wait, why didn't he show?
The photographs that I placed before you while the stenographer was marking the prior exhibits, do you recognize what's depicted in those?
Yes, I do.
And can you describe for the jury, sort of generally speaking, what's depicted in those, ma'am?
These are close-up photos of areas 6 through 11 that I noted on the long sleeve gray shirt.
Okay, here we go. 6 through 11.
May I approach this retrieve, Your Honor?
Yes.
God,
Almost
he's
seek to
just so
introduce as the
slow.
next exhibits.
I have on 1.5.
And if I may
He's-
approach the witness just to present another set.
Slow ass motherfucker, man. All right, here's 6 through 11. I say no dog. No dog, like as in alive. This is wait till they have their expert on to say how they would have done it. Like I said, I feel bad for this woman. I feel bad for all of the anybody that was not a cop or EMT or firefighter, because they then brought all this shit to those people to say, here, you gave them all a bunch of bogus shit to go ahead and, you know,
206 through 217.
do the lab work and all that stuff. They gave them. It's like they're including them in on their bullshit.
So, Ms. Hartnett, what's contained in these photographs now been marked as exhibits 206 through 217. Those essentially sort of the same close-ups and then a close-up with the measurements that the jury just saw in regard to what you had marked as 1 through 5.
Yes, that's correct.
And this is just 6 through 11 on that same area on the right sleeve of Mr. O'Keefe's sweatshirt.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, with regard to the photos that I just placed before you a moment before, do you recognize what's depicted in those?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize those to be?
These are the areas of damage 12 and 13 on the rear of the sweatshirt.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I mean, what a waste of a day, Lally.
Yes, I do.
You recognize that to be?
That's the exterior back of the gray sweatshirt.
And
Oops.
the items marked are the two labeled as 12 and 13. Are they depicted on that?
Yes, they are.
If you could use a laser pointer, just draw the jury's attention to where 12 and 13 are.
Is it possible to zoom in on the numbers? I can't read them from here.
Boom, right there. Holy shit, there it is. Look at that. At the bottom of the hoodie, it's somebody, you know, that's like grabbing on, you know, like if it's like your body's twisted, right? So you turn, you're twisted. It's interesting that it would be on that side, but once they already, if your shirt's just moved, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez.
So there's area 2 and area 12 and area 13.
It's this gonna find that photograph 983.
Look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that view. Look at that view. Oh, that is such a going down movement and like a wow. Oh, that is something like slicing you. You know what I mean? If something's flying at you and it's like, I don't know, a glass piece, it's not kind of go down and like cut you like that. It would just like, it is coming at you and it's just like, it would be like, it would pelt your body then too.
19 on the screen, that's just a closer image of those areas you marked as 12 and 13. Is that correct?
This is something that's pulling at you and tugging. Okay. Glass doesn't pull at you and tug you. That's what that is. Okay. That's like pulling and tugging. Because otherwise, it would have, if it was glass and it would have hit you, it would have hit. I mean, he's also wearing the shirt underneath it. So I actually want to take a look at the shirt underneath it in that area.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, with respect to the other photographs that I had placed before you when the stenographer was marking those, do you recognize in general terms what's depicted in those?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize those to be?
These are additional pictures of the sweatshirt in which I've also made some notations of areas that need further testing.
May I approach Ron?
Yes.
Come on, see.
Wait,
Next-
need further tested.
Objection.
Like that it wasn't tested?
I may want to just place these before the witness.
Like what? This is all her opinion, man. It's wild. All right, here we go.
For the red brown stains on this item, I use letters.
Starting with A and then sort of going through it, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have, excuse me,
Okay. So see in the middle, what was her, is she noting like the pattern is different there? It's like a drop. It's like a droplet, you know?
photograph 9842. Again, do you recognize what's up on the screen?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize that today?
That would be red brown stain A that I noted on the sweatshirt.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9843. And what's up on the screen, which has been marked as exhibit 220.
Right there. See that right there? See that right there? See that right there? This has like yellow in it. Unless my eyes are horrible, but it has like yellow in it. And those are like droppings. That's like coming off of another person or yourself from another like part of your body.
24, do you recognize that as well?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize that, Steve?
Those are red brown stains B and C that I noted on the sweatshirt.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9844. What's up on the screen now is exhibit 225. Those are
See those droppings? See that's a different pattern. This shirt was all bunched up, you guys, and laying with something else. That's the back where it says awesomely whatever. That's the back tag right there. But that looks like a dropping. That stuff like right here, like the staining, that to me looks like something seeping through that you would see on a gunshot wound victim, that when the blood is just like coming out and it's like just spreading like this, and then you're like laying on it. But you have to have a wound there. You have to have blood coming out in order to make that. There's no wounds there for John O'Keefe. Okay, there's no, it's that hoodie is not sitting in, when he would have been laying down, there is no blood. For example, like Drake, he was laying in his office. He got shot like the one time. The way that he was laying, okay, you couldn't see, there was no blood anywhere on the front of him at all, but he was laying, and then all the blood came out from the wound and let it seep on out, and it soaked up all the back of his clothing. Okay, because the way that he was laying. And you can see that. Okay. There's no wounds over here that were photographed at the hospital where John O'Keefe would have been laying in such a way that blood was coming from a wound right there. Remember how they took the clothing and they like clumped everything together? But those droplets there, to me, that tells me that those were coming off of another person, or they're coming even off of John O'Keefe in like from a nose, from an eye. Yeah, so it could be someone else's blood. It also could be his, but it's coming from a different spot. But those are droppings. Those are droppings. That's not laying on something. That's not a wound protruding through that. That's like spatter. You know what I mean? It's coming from something. Like if someone's punching you in their knuckles, okay, and they're bloody, right? And then when the knuckle comes back and there's blood off of it, what would happen? It's gonna there could be droppings. You know what I mean? Of blood that it could hit you and drop as you're. So, I don't believe they're dropping from his head wound at all. And I'm going to show you why. I think his head wound knocked him out. He was cold at that point, like knocked out cold. This is coming from like something actively moving. And if his hands didn't have blood on them, because if you're checking your head and then you have blood, then if you like bring your hand back like this, and then you were to look at it and then the blood dropping on you like that, okay? He was also laying on his back.
States you labeled B, C, and F, is that correct?
They didn't do a DNA test on any of this.
Yes, that's correct.
That's just sort of a pulled out version of that, to know where B and C were located on the sweatshirt, is that fair to say?
Yes, that's correct.
And Ms. Gilman, if I can have a photograph 9846.
Yes, I do.
When you recognize that, please?
That's a photograph I took of item 7-17, the orange t-shirt, and it's the exterior front.
And Ms. Gilman, 9863.
Right.
And
I
again,
want
it's
to
on
show
recognize
that.
what's up on the screen.
Right there. Look at this.
Areas of this shirt.
Okay, right there. How does blood droppings get like that under a shirt that you're supposedly wearing? Okay. And that's like I said, you'd have to like tug on this shirt enough to like be so down low that something could hit like there.
that you mark.
I marked 3 specific red-brown stains using these stickers and letters A, B, and C.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could ask you to keep the zoom in, but go to the bottom left of the photograph. And similarly, this Hartnett within this zoomed in portion of exhibit
Go back.
233.
What is that dirt?
Yes, I do.
When you recognize that, please?
That's a photograph I
That looks like somebody stepped on it down here. It looks like somebody that looks like someone stepped on it right here. Like somebody like what try to land like a kick up in that area. But obviously, like, this was under him. I mean, God, these people are sick. These people are so sick. This is
took
such
of item
corruption.
7-17, the orange t-shirt, and it's the exterior front.
And Ms. Gilman, 9863. And again, this Hartnett on the screen is having marked. as
Look at that.
39.
Look, okay.
Recognize that?
Up here in this back area, allegedly, like that to me. If John was head was like laying like that could like seep down there. These people are sick. This was all compiled and put all together.
Yes, I do.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could zoom in on the upper left portion of the photograph. And again, Ms. Hartnett, if you could, using the laser pointer, just draw very attention to what anything you noticed there.
See, I think that's from his head. But it doesn't, it's really weird. I would like to know about this spot. This spot's very, very interesting. This spot's extremely interesting. Because it's on the left side of his body, left shoulder. Patty, you know I love you to death, but ain't no way, baby girl. Ain't no way, baby girl. I love you though. Love you to death, Patty. Ain't no way. Like see how she's marking this little thing here? What is this, sugar tits? Like this isn't like hello, what is this? Hello.
I noted this specific red brown stain and I marked it E.
But what about this? What is that? What is this? What is this? I'm blown away.
And Your Honor, similarly with the court's permission, if I could publish what's been marked now as Exhibit 242 through 249.
Okay.
And then we go to his jeans
And as you testified before, similarly to the other.
and see how like I believe that his jeans were balled up just like how the clothes were, and they were all, I don't know if somebody took something that you guys, these stains. Where's his? And then they refused to show his boxers, which I thought was interesting.
Testified about that you mark off certain items of interest or areas of interest on this item as well, with respect to the jeans.
Yes, I did.
And that's basically this photograph.
Yes.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9888. Good problem.
Hmm. Miss Gilman. There we go, right there.
If you could just zoom in.
Miss Gilman. Interesting. You guys, those are people's hands that handled his body. That's transfer, if you ask me. That's the handling. Smudges. If you got to carry this man, you know, and I'm gonna say someone's picking him up from down here, like you're like rubbing something up against that, like, you know, his body isn't making the bleeding and then coming through and going onto his clothing because there is no damage to his legs. So how does any of this stuff get on the outside of his jeans, which is brown stains, and they're trying to say it's like blood, but it's like a smearing.
Again, Ms. Harden, if you could, using the laser pointer before you direct the jury's attention to those areas that you noticed or that you mark off in respect to this.
I marked off red brown stains A, B, C, D, and E on the front of those jeans.
Thank you. May I approach the witness?
Yes.
Each of those items would be preserved according to protocol. They are sealed properly, initial and dated with my initials and date. They're entered into our LIMS system, so those sub-items could then be tracked throughout the laboratory. And
Correct?
yes, that's correct.
Was it February 2nd or was it February 1st?
May I check my notes?
I'd appreciate it if you did this.
She said February 2nd the whole time, and then Alan just papows right
My
here.
apologies, that was my error. It was February 1st.
Okay. So everything that you testified to, you only went once.
Yes, that's correct.
So everything that you testified to having taken place on February 1st, we should assume it was actually February 2nd. We should assume it was actually February 1st, the one time you were there.
Yes, I was there one
Look
time.
at my
Okay.
girl in the green.
Were you dispatched to the Sally Port? And I apologize, I'm not yelling at you.
Okay, so look at the girl in the green here. I have to get a moment to talk about the girl in the green. I have no idea who she is, none. But I think that is a footprint on his orange shirt. Angelina, totally. You guys, whoever this is, watch her, please.
I'm trying to keep my voice elevated, so just so you know.
Understood.
It's not my normal speaking voice. You were dispatched at the behest of one of the Massachusetts State Troopers, correct?
Here she
Yes,
goes.
that's correct.
The Detective Bureau specifically, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Trooper Proctor more specifically, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Trooper Proctor, you knew at that time to be the lead detective, the person that was in control of the investigation.
May I check my notes who I wrote down as the lead investigator at that
If it
time?
would refresh your recollection, sure, with the court's permission.
Yes.
Yes, I was told on scene that Trooper Proctor was in charge of the investigation.
Now, while you were there, one of the things that you did initially was to just do an overview of the vehicle, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Obviously, that was important given the limited information that you had at that time. And it's correct that none of these pieces of apparent glass were embedded in the bumper. They weren't dug in, stuck into that hard plastic, correct?
No, I do not have that. I do not have that notation that they were embedded, just they were on the bumper.
As a matter of fact, they were physically perched on top of that hard plastic horizontal bumper, correct?
To my recollection, they were just sitting on the bumper, yes.
Okay. And do you know, just in your experience, and if we could leave this up for just a moment while I ask the next couple of questions, Your Honor,
Okay.
do you know where Dayton, Massachusetts is?
I know the general area.
How far would you say that is from Canton?
I don't know, maybe a half an hour. I'm not exactly sure.
Do your notes indicate that the vehicle was recovered from Dayton and towed back to Canton and placed in the Sally Port before you started your examination?
Yes,
So and you also had been apprised before you began your examination that the incident in core, you
Here she
received
goes.
all of the items that we've talked about and all the items that you testified about, with the exception of the items that you physically took with you from the Sally Port. Everything else that you've testified to was submitted to you on March 14th or after, correct?
that's correct.
And all submitted by Trooper Proctor, correct?
I know they were all submitted by the Norfolk County Detective Unit. I don't know the specific officer that necessarily dropped them off at the lab.
Can you answer the question based on the log information that you have and the chain of custody that's in front of you? Can you answer the question whether Trooper Proctor or anybody else stored the taillight lens material and the clothing in the same place or in the same bag before you received it?
I'm sorry, can you just repeat that question one more time?
Based on the log information that you have, in other words, the chain of custody that's in front of you, that you can absolutely look at and determine where things were and who had them, can you tell us whether or not Trooper Proctor or anybody else stored any of the taillight material and the clothing in the same place or even in the same bag?
No, I don't have any information to how the evidence was treated before it was received in the lab.
In fact, that's because there is no chain of custody for that data. I'm sorry, for those items. There's
Watch,
no
here she
data for those
comes.
items
Here she comes.
predating March 14th, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
You don't personally have any chain of custody information about those items we just went over predating March 14th, do you?
I personally do not have any data that would indicate where those items of evidence were prior to them being accepted into the lab.
And one of the reasons why you have such detailed chain of custody protocols is to maintain control over where items go and how they're handled and by whom, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Okay. Anything, Mr. Lally?
I have nothing further at this time. Okay, perfect. I thought we were going to be able to see Micro go a little cray cray a little more, but here she is. Let's see. Okay. Girl in green cracks me up, man. I don't know who she is, but her facial expressions just killed me.
Ms. Hartnett, before you received all of the items that we've talked about and all the
Yes.
items that you testified about, with the exception of the items that you physically took with you from the Sally Port, everything else.
She just mean mugs everybody in there. Anyways, all right, enough of that. Now I got to give a shout out to Sean. So I'm going to play a little clip that I appreciated from his his live last night. God, where is it? Here's a good clip. This is how mainstream media took it.
This morning was all focused on pieces of broken taillight that were found at the scene, and it was the first time we heard from a state police officer.
I found multiple pieces of red and clear taillight.
Lieutenant Kevin O'Hara with Massachusetts State Police testified today to finding 6 to 7 pieces of broken taillight when John O'Keefe's body was found on a fellow Boston police officer's front lawn. O'Hara says he and his special emergency response team searched the lawn after being called in by fellow state troopers requested by Canton Police.
Lieutenant Tully had informed us that the victim in this case was struck by a vehicle. He believed there would be broken pieces of taillight.
They also found this black sneaker. All of this going against the defense's version of events. They previously suggested that those pieces of taillight were actually planted at the scene hours later to frame Karen Reed. Today, they were quick to criticize the troopers' decision to leave the crime scene after just about an hour, with plans to return once the snow melted.
Is it preferable to leave a crime scene unattended prior to searching it?
What my preference would be, sir, yes, I'd prefer that it was secured.
Were you aware at that time that no one had been controlling it for about 6 or 7 hours before you were called?
I was not aware of that, sir.
And we're going to hear much more from the defense as today goes on. So be sure to keep an eye out for our report this evening. And a quick reminder that there's going to be no testimony tomorrow. In Dedham, I'm Penny Commit, WBZ News.
You guys, that was it. That was mainstream media's little clip. Oh shit, man. All right, let's go get this clip from Sean. Give him some love over there. It is titled, it's the recap of day 19. And it's going through the motions. If one of the mods wants to share his link, thank you. Live videos, and this was from the recap yesterday.
Investigator. They want that in the jury's head, right? Because in the event. How about Dylan today? Hold on before we get going. Dylan.
So here we go. Right here.
Teresa Shaw. Is $ Leopardo 8.
Okay, hold on.
I am live here. But I was so remiss. There's a guy, Boston Mike. I hope.
Oh, wait.
Shooting targets. I was speechless. I'm still speechless. I don't know what to say. I feel sorry for these poor bastards. I feel sorry for the jurors. I really feel sorry for the O'Keefe family. What the Christ is going on? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And he has to know these people are going to say what they're going to say. The glass that they told us forever that was embedded, like, bone embedded, wasn't embedded. Their CSI expert testified today. It was just loose on the bumper, She didn't have to dig it out. She said, yeah, I just picked it up with a tweezer. That's it. Nothing, no force. Are you shitting me? Well, there goes one demerit. I promised Suzanne I wouldn't do it, but all right, there's one bad one. I'm not going to go really bad tonight. So you got to be kidding me. Then, the famous hair, the hair. It's not on it's on the side. Hold on, time up. It's on the side of the car. It's suspended animation. It's on the friggin' side of the car. And we got pictures of it. One's like my golf swing, a reverse C, right? I'm like this, my back, a reverse C. Then at the other picture, it's a C. What the hell is going on? Anyways, we'll get into it there. Do you believe it? February 2nd or February 1st? How about that? The mofo list. How about this? They didn't even know what fucking, oh man. They didn't know what friggin' day they were at. The whole time, Lally's saying February 2nd. She's saying February 2nd. And Jackson comes in, bang. Man, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but was it February 1st or February 2nd? Can you believe how, there's no words. Embarrassing doesn't do it. Idiotic, no, it doesn't do it, right? I'm just telling you, it defies logic.
Yeah.
They don't know what day it is. They don't know who's on first, second, or third. They don't know nothing. Here's the thing, all right? They only could get 7 guys out for a dead police officer. The poor John O'Keefe has been, please pardon the expression, he has been shit on this whole time. They did absolutely nothing for this guy. First of all, at 7:58, when John was pronounced dead, that Tully, that fool, he's going to be the second in charge for the mofo list. He's right there with Gallagher, but Gallagher's King Mofo. Gallagher had the thing in his hands. He blew it. But Tully's right behind him. 2 mofo lieutenants don't know their asses from their elbows.
Yes.
Okay? Tully should have forced these guys. We have a dead Boston cop in Canton. Get your asses out of bed. Dig the snow. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad then. Get the Christ out of bed. Come over to Canton. Search this goddamn place. And here's the other thing, people. I'm going to say it again, right? The King Mofo searched the property illegally, right? He didn't have a search warrant to search Brian Albert's lawn, okay? He didn't get permission or consent from Brian Albert because King Mofo said on the stand under oath, because we didn't have probable cause. Well, then, King Mofo, what the Christ are you searching for illegally? Illegally, Mofo. 13-year DEA task force. You don't know shit. Nothing. That's why I nominated you. Will always be King Mofo until your badge and gun is stripped from you. Okay? Until your goddamn pension is taken from you. You are King Mofo. That's it. The other Mofo. Okay, did they have? Let me ask you a question. Did what's his name say he had the Lieutenant O'Hara? Who had the warrant? Because if I understand it, they went 20 feet from the door, right, south, right, to include the lawn.
King Mofo right here. This is my King Mofo. Again, this is Sean. Go check him out. He's retired DEA. He knows what he's talking about. All right. He's calling all these poor bastards out. He's calling them all out. I love every second of it. And I'm like, finally, somebody like that's law enforcement, ex-law enforcement, like talking about protocol, talking about like, no, that's not how this is. No, that's not how this is. But he's a hoot. He's right. And he's old school. He reminds me of like one of my dad's best friends that I like. Oh.
And the street, right? Yeah, this is the thing. They are searching he was a knucklehead. He's another mofo. He made the mofo list. He's trying to fight with everyone. He couldn't tell anything. All he gave a shit was getting off. He couldn't care less. I tried to resuscitate him and he couldn't resuscitate. That's it. He bagged and tagged him. That's all he did. He did nothing for John. Couldn't even look at his injuries. All right. But we're going to get there. All right. The death investigation search, right? So they're talking about death. That's kind of weird. The lead detective took no photos. He doesn't have a cell phone, I guess, right? Yuri doesn't have nobody had a cell phone. But guess who had a picture? Was the Reed family. They got the stupid ring thing. Whatever that thing is. I don't know if it's Ring or the other kind. They've got the picture. the light is on, the tail light's on, and it's illuminating, all right? I don't know, because of the sun or whatever, it's on the SUV. And the tow truck driver said, nada, nada, nada. He said, no damage. That's it. Case over, right?
What did I tell you guys yesterday? I said there is no way that that tow truck driver doesn't not mark what he's towing. Otherwise, he would lose his job. Okay. That tow truck driver who towed Karen Reed's car from her parents' house, and then they towed it. They lied about what time they towed that vehicle. Okay. They said they towed it at like 5 or something like that. They towed that car at 4:12 p.m. Okay. They were with that car unattended for 1 hour and 18 minutes. And they lied about what time all this was. If Karen Reed's dad wouldn't have had the Ring camera, we wouldn't have be able to prove, this huge part of it. But the other part is that there is a tow truck driver that said, no, there wasn't this type of damage. I would have had to mark that. I didn't mark that because we all know when we get our cars towed, for whatever reason, you're saying you did this to my car. Like what that, like, I didn't have that on my car before, I mean, this is just wild. I love he tries to calm himself down, but always goes up. I love it. Again, huge fan of Sean here. Go check him out. He's great. He's old school. He's old school. He's ex-law enforcement. He knows what he's talking about. And like I said, yeah, he gets you pumped.
Right there. Okay, so sad day. Contradicting. That's right, Mike.
Wait, right here. This is my funniest part.
That's how stupid it is. But this was a controversial case. They should have been high up. They should have had everything crisp, sharp. They're buffoons. These people are absolutely buffoons. It's a sad day. I gotta tell you, it's a very, very sad day. Contradicting. That's right, Mike Babbitt. Contradicting himself. He did. I don't know. Listen, I never said that word in my life, but I'm so taken back. Contradicting himself. I meant to say contradicting. I tell you, it's crazy. All right. But listen, this is a sad day. It is. It's humiliating. Look, and they had the scandal with the drug thing with their lab, and all those people had to get released. This is going to be a biggie. All right, where is she?
Wait, I want to know about this.
So February 2nd,
thing.
we went through her whole direct examination, going down the line. It was February 2nd. I kept saying, well, wait a minute. Karen was arrested on February 1st, right? How the Christ are they processing the scene on February 2nd? It doesn't make absolutely no sense. And I said to myself, this is absolutely crazy. And of course, Jackson was great, man. Jackson just said, that's it. We're gonna correct the record. Your niece, your cousin. No, I'm telling you, people. No one would. Why would that bag be open? If it was going to be a transfer, right, to the state police, right? Why didn't she take custody and do it in her nice area back at the lab? Test it there. What the hell is going? Well, they opened it up. We know what happened, people. We know the glass was laid out. They put the hair.
All right, I'll let you guys check out the rest of it. This is going to be a wrap, though. I really want you guys to go check it out. At the beginning of this video, if you just joined us, the shoe where it is embedded, I'm telling you, that is where the Canton officers took the pictures from. They were moving. They moved, with their shoes. They said that the curb, and they took a picture of that, and that was actually the picture that made the report. And then they changed that picture. Okay, and made it a different picture. This is what Alan Jackson talks about in the beginning of this trial. And the reason that they had to change that picture is because, ta-da, we're going to put a fucking shoe there. Okay? So I talk about all of that in the beginning of this episode. I also show you guys these wounds. But Sean's great. Sean's one of the real deals over here of the Free Karen Reed movement. And he's been really vocal. And he did a lot with the taillight, but go check him out. Good dude. He keeps it real. And he's ex-law enforcement calling out all these people. And it was amazing to listen to because he's like, fuck you, and mofo this. And I was just like, yes, you know me. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm here for it. What's the full name of the channel? It's the full name of the channel is, what is it? Motions. Going Through the Motions. I think it's Going Through the Motions. So, Turtle Boy, Sean, and TNT Collab. Yeah, I want to do it in Dedham. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys soon. And until next time, peace out. Peace out. And that next time will either be later on this evening, but then as always, join me tomorrow. We are back in session. We are back in session. Oh, did you like that? Good job, Atlanta. Thanks for all your work. Relax, Senior. Here you go. Sean right here. He gets you nice and relaxed. He gets you straight up pumped. I'm gonna go try to play some golf. Gotta get ready. Bye.